corruption travel ban, 13 former governors, 7 ex-ministers, others allegedly affected, full list. The restriction followed the judicial affirmation of the constitutionality and legality of the Executive Order 6, E06. The watch list and restriction were put in place pending the conclusion of the cases against those affected. On the watch list, according to The Nation, are ex-governors Samanid Rocky, Jigawa, Murtala Nyako, Adamawa, Edbayo Al-Akala, Oyo, Gabriel Suzwan, Benue, Rashid Ladoja, Oyo, Orjius Arkalu, Abia, Danja Magoj, Gombe, Atahiri Bafrawa, Sokoto, Muazu Babangida Ale, Niger, Chimroken Nimani, Enugu, Seul Lamido, Jigawa, Gbenga Daniel, Ogun, and Ibrahim Shishima, Katsina. The ex-ministers allegedly on the list are Arnenadi Usman, Bashir Uguda, Jumoke Kinjite, Bala Mohammed, Abamoro, Femi Fani Kaot, and Amadou Fintiri. Others reportedly include a former Chief of Defense Staff, Air Marshal Alex Baida, ex-Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral A. Jibrin, a former Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Mohammed Diko Amar, a former Inspector General of Police, Sunday Hindero, and a former Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Adesola Amosu, Chairman Emeritus of 8/Ray Power, High Chief Raymond Dokpezi, Waripumawaidu Dafa, a former Special Assistant, Domestic, to ex-President Goodluck Jonathan, a former Chief Judge of Enugu State, Justice Innocent Umzulike, a former Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice Rita Ophelia Jumalgobia. Also on the list are a former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Eliza Metu, Chief Jaya Damakor, Ricky Tarfa, and Dil Belgor, San. We gathers that most of the affected persons are currently facing trial for alleged corrupt practices in different courts. The Nation reports that the list was generated from cases and proceedings filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, the Nigeria Police, and 17 other agencies. The document reportedly indicated that many of those affected had earlier been placed on similar legal restrictions by the courts and security agencies, including restriction of movement, seizure of passport, temporary forfeiture of assets, freezing of accounts and others. Explaining the government's action in a statement on Saturday, October 13, Senior Special Assistant to the President, Media and Publicity, Malam Garbisha said, following the instant judicial affirmation of the constitutionality and legality of the Executive Order 6, E06, President Muhammadu Buhari has mandated the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice to implement the order in full force. To this end, a number of enforcement procedures are currently in place by which the Nigeria Immigration Service and other security agencies have placed no fewer than 50 high-profile persons directly affected by E06 on watch list and restricted them from leaving the country pending the determination of their cases. A top government official, who reportedly spoke to the newspaper in confidence, said there is no cause for alarm on E06. The source said, the ban is not different from the conditions given by the court in granting these accused persons bail. The E06 is like a codification of steps to prevent those on trial for alleged corrupt practices from tampering with assets. Some of these accused persons used to go to court for permission before they can travel out of the country. The EO6 is not a new thing, but instead of all agencies working at cross purposes, a list was generated and backed with the executive order. Some of those on trial, especially the politically exposed persons, PEPs, had been selling their assets. What will they return after being convicted?